Hey guys, how's everything going? This is JSer. In this video, let's take a brief look at the changelog about TypeScript 4.9. This is the newest version so far. It has introduced this new operator called satisfies, and I believe it's super convenient for our daily use. So let's take a look. It has actually a pretty detailed explanation about how this could be useful on the TypeScript homepage. I'll just go explain it through the code examples here. So, for example, when we created some map, we could use the object literal like this, right? For a palette, we define the colors for each color name. For here, we say for red, for green, and for each color, it has different notations. For example, this is the color code hexa code notation, and this is RGB notation in array. So both are valid. If we define something like this, TypeScript will be clever enough for us to access the right value type on the property. So for red, it's array, so we could use the add. For green, string, so we could use the two uppercase. But so here's one thing. For the palette, the problem is that we could add actually any property name for this object literal, right? So here, we accidentally made a typo. This is a misspelling. We want to avoid these things by adding the constraint on the property name. So you say for palette, we must define the color for the name red, green, and blue. So for the palette itself, it becomes a record. You can think of it like a full map from the color name to the color. For each color, it could be in a string or a RGB notation in array. So this looks good, right? We could define this, and then if we have a typo like blue, the TypeScript will just warn us, and yeah, the problem solved. But here's a new problem. When we do this, TypeScript before 4.9, TypeScript, or even now, yeah, TypeScript doesn't know that for red has lost the information on the detailed type for each property. So for red, it now only say it's this type. It's not RGB anymore. It's string. It's a union type of string and RGB, and TypeScript doesn't know. So for all the property red, green, TypeScript only think the value is the union type. Let's just copy the code into the playground. It's 4.9. Yeah, we have this warning, and then you can see the red. It's a union type. It's worse than before, right? So we add the constraint for the props, but we actually messed up with the type of the value, right? So this is kind of a conundrum here. So how to solve this issue is that TypeScript has introduced this operator called satisfy. So it means you think that, okay, so this type satisfied with this one or not, but still the pattern is pattern itself. So I think the satisfies the keyword is a very good naming. Let's just copy the code here now. So now we're able to detect the typo here. So if we remove it, it's not a record. The record needs all the colors to be defined. So let's say the blue. We can use either one, like the red here, color, and then it satisfies it. But the pattern itself, you can see, it's still an object literal. It has the detailed mapping of colors to the value type. It's not working actually. Red. It's number at. Huh? This is actually not working. Oh. But it's the array, so I think it doesn't matter. It's just a targeted thing. Yeah, it's array. But I think we need to configure the target somehow. Just to choose the next. Yeah, it should be fine. So yeah, so this is pretty interesting. I believe there are other use cases besides this map thing. It could be more useful somewhere else. When I find it, I will just let you know through Twitter or anywhere. Yep. Okay, here's another example. Ensure that colors. Yeah, it's not on the colors. Yeah. Maybe we don't care about the property names match up somehow, but we do care about the types of each property. Yeah. You can see that the difference is that it says I don't want the type narrowing on constraint on the prop name, so I use this string. So and now you can use any string here, but I want to enforce the RGB notation here. So this doesn't work. Cool. So this is satisfies. Pretty interesting. Yeah. The other one is in. I think we're Hugh. Okay. It says what previously TypeScript allowed us to narrow away any types that don't explicitly list a property. So for a union like this, if hue is in the color, we know that the only HSV has this type. So its color is now the HSV. But for some unknown types like this, say here, because the package JSON, what is the type of this? It's unknown. And we have this type of check. Now it becomes object, but now it say name in this object and type of package name is string. We would think that this should work, but TypeScript didn't before. So now when it is used in, it's actually doing a intersect with record name to unknown. So this will not be this will work. Yeah, it's working now. Works now. Let's copy the code. Now the name you can see is unknown, but at least the name property TypeScript know that the property is on this package JSON. Yeah, if it is string, then yeah, it's string. This is awesome. Next one is auto accessors. I don't know what it is. I briefly looked at the pull request, and it's pretty interesting. I don't know. I will make another video on this because it's related to the decorators. It's in stage 3. Interesting. It started 4 years ago. Maybe it will come out someday soon. I don't know. But anyway, this is some advanced features. Also, it improves the checks for equality on not a number. Yeah, not a number doesn't equal to anything. Even itself. Yeah, you can see even itself. You need to use object is. Okay. Yeah, other ones I would just skip them. Cool. That's all for TypeScript 4.9. Hope it helped. See you next time. Bye bye.